911. Baker, you need police, fire, or medic?
Police, I've been shot. I'm 8 months pregnant.
Okay, ma'am, you're 8 months pregnant. You've been shot. You're at Wessex Square.
Any information about what kind of car it was?
No.
Where's your husband at?
I don't have one.
Or your boyfriend, the one you said that was with you? Where's he
He was
at?
in the car in front of me, and he slowed down, and somebody pulled up beside me and did this.
And then where'd he go?
He just left.
Okay. All right, what's his name?
Ray Caruth. He played for the Panthers.
Okay, what's his name?
Ray Caruth.
Ray
Number
Caruth.
89.
Welcome back to another episode of DAS on SFO with your boy Sean Mack. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine you're 24 years old. You meet someone that's famous and they started to date you. You're in a relationship and all of a sudden you realize that you're pregnant. So you call that person, tell them that you're pregnant. They officially from the beginning told you probably should get rid of it. You know, we know the word. And but he's gonna be there for you. You know, he doesn't really want to be with you, the baby, but he's gonna be there with you. He's gonna be there for you, nurture you, all that good stuff. Months pass on, he's still there. Then you get a phone call, and he's telling you to meet him somewhere. So you meet him somewhere. You're chatting it up. He's parked right here. You park right there. Then you realize there's a car coming up on the left side or right side, and that car blocks you in. And then you realize someone comes up, they have a weapon in the other car, and they started to release some shots. And you realize that the person you came to talk to actually is blocking you in. And he's the reason that you're facing the beginning of the end of your life. Because that's what happened to Cherica Adams, who on December 14 of 1999 was gunned down by Van Brett Watkins on the behalf of NFL wide receiver star Ray Caruth. What a sad tale. This is a tale of everything that glitters isn't gold. So if you like today's content, make sure you share, like, and subscribe to the video. So let's go.
When it came down to it, and that night, I said I was going to get it over with and let the chips fall where they may.
I'm 286 pounds. Okay, I would rip you like a rag doll.
If you call that an outburst, God forbid you see my outburst.
Here are the details from that fatal night on November 16 of 1999 near Caruth's home in Charlotte, North Carolina. Cherica Adams, a real estate agent he had been dating, was shot 4 times using a .357 revolver by Van Brett Watkins Sr., a nightclub manager and associate of Caruth. Adams managed to call 911 and said that Caruth had stopped his vehicle in front of hers and that the other vehicle drove alongside and his passenger had shot her. Caruth then drove away from the scene. Adams was 8 months pregnant with Caruth's child at the time. Soon after her admission to the hospital, she fell into a coma. Doctors delivered her baby via emergency C-section. Caruth went to the police station and posted a $3 million bail on condition that if either Adams or the infant died, he would turn himself in. Adams died on December 14 of 1999. The baby, named Chancellor Lee Adams, survived, but suffered permanent brain damage and cerebral palsy as a result of being without oxygen for 70 minutes before he was born. Chancellor Lee graduated from Vance High School in 2021 at the age of 21. Caruth quickly fled after Adams' death, but was captured on December 15 in West Tennessee, found hiding in a trunk of a car outside of a motel in Parker's Crossroads. The trunk also contained $3,900 in cash, bottles of his urine, extra clothes, candy bars, and a cell phone. The Panthers waived him on December 16, you think, citing a morals clause in his contract, and the NFL suspended him indefinitely on December 17. At the trial, prosecutors contended that Caruth hired Watkins and others to murder Adams because of her refusal to abort their unborn child. Caruth's lawyer, David Rudolph, claimed that Caruth had been caught up in a drug deal gone bad. They claimed that on the night of the shooting, after Caruth had refused to fund the drug deal, Watkins shot Adams in a sudden rage when she flipped him off. after he attempted to ask her about Carruth's whereabouts. Carruth was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder, shooting into an occupied vehicle, using an instrument to destroy an unborn child. He was found not guilty of first-degree murder, sparing him from a possible execution. Carruth was sentenced to 18 years and 11 months to 24 years and 4 months in prison. Watkins was sentenced to prison for a minimum of 40 years and 8 months and a maximum of 50 years and 8 months for the murder of Cherica Adams. He was last housed at Scotland CI in Laurinburg, North Carolina, and died on December 3rd of 2023. Good riddance. Carruth sent a letter in 2018 apologizing to Sandra Adams, the mother of Cherica Adams, via WBTV in Charlotte, North Carolina, for accusing her of lying about him in interviews for years. Carruth was released on October 22nd of 2018 after serving 18 years. He then moved to Pennsylvania after his release. Damn, that ninja was foul. That ninja is foul. As always, if you like today's content, make sure you share, like, and subscribe to the channel and hit those notifications so we be all in your notifications when we drop them notifications. As always, I got a few things I want to chat about. I got 4 of them today, and hopefully we can learn a little something about this horrible situation. Number 1, Ray Carruth, he could have just left her, right? Went on child support like the hundreds of thousands of men in America do. One thing about him is he had enough money to actually, he played in the NFL. He wasn't an average player. This guy was on the rise. He was a Pro Bowler. He was on SportsCenter all the time I could remember him. That's why it was such a shock to the world when he did what he did, because he seemed like a nice, quiet, light-skinned young man. But he had the money. He could have easily, just like many other people do. He wasn't married. He had a child from a previous relationship that he didn't take care of. He said he was a horrible father by his account. He was a horrible father, so maybe he knew he was going to be another horrible father. But to get rid of your baby mama and the baby while the baby was still in her tummy, still in her womb, that's just... it shows you it's different levels of being a monster. You got your Dahmers, you got your serial people, killers or whatever, but then you have this type of dude that does this. It's quite horrible, but like I said, he had the money, so it was no excuse like, oh, she's going to break me, she's going to do this, she's going to do that. Number 2, he had to be a monster to kill his unborn baby. Really wrap your brain around that. Like I say, it's different levels to monsterism in life, right? But he wanted her to get an abortion, first of all. He wanted her to get rid of it. She said no, so he said, okay, I'll stick around, blah, blah, blah. And I guess he set this up. Now, what's my guy name? I forget his name. Van Brett Watkins. I'm a OG. But I remember him and his eyes on that stand from that trial. And his eyes actually kind of put a little fear in me when he looked from at the screen and at the camera of the courts and at the lawyers. It makes me want to clutch up and grab my gat. He might do me something from the screen. This is a scary looking dude, big dude, kind of got that Suge Knight presence, young Suge Knight presence. But they say, could it possibly have been the drug deal gone bad? But if that was the case, shooting her isn't going to make Ray want to contribute money to the drug deal now, right? Because now you're wanted for murder. So that doesn't make any sense. If it did go down like that, I'm assuming that guy, the way he looked and the street skills that he had, they say he had, he would have just off Ray, right? He would have off Ray Carruth. It made no sense to do the baby mama. So that didn't work out for him. He took her out. He took out Cherica Adams because he did not want to have a baby, which is the stupidest reason ever. You shouldn't be taking nobody out for nothing, and you shouldn't take out anyone, but you're taking out your baby mother with the kid still in the womb, which means you had ill will and you had no regard for her and the baby's safety. That's why you did 18 years. Let me get on out of here. We can be out here soon. I'll let you go. Number 3, he threw his entire life away. He was an NFL receiver, like I mentioned earlier, and he was good. He was a young man in his mid-20s. How could you possibly throw away the rest of your life? Did he think he can get away with this? A lot of stories that I do, it's brain-boggling. It baffles my head that these dudes actually think they can get away with this shit. He thought he can get away with it. But see, little did he know that Cherica didn't immediately pass away. Cherica knew the place. She was a smart young lady. I give Cherica Adams a lot of props. She solved her own case because she called 911 and said, yeah, the guy pulled up on side of me and my baby daddy, Ray, did not help me. He actually hindered me. He blocked me in so the guy could come shoot me. So rest in peace to Cherica Adams. And I give you a lot of props, babe, because you did what you had to do at that moment to try to protect you and your child. Rest in peace. Number 4, and we're going to bounce on out of here. It's a cautionary tale to all young ladies out there. Because it glitters and is shiny doesn't mean it's gold. All right? Because it glitters and it's shiny doesn't mean it's gold. What I mean by that is this. Cherica Adams was a 24-year-old young lady, and she was just happy to be dating someone who was famous. Right? She was a real estate agent. So imagine that call when she called. You know how y'all girls do. Y'all know how y'all women do. When she called her best friend, her cousin, or whoever she confided in and was like, oh, girl, guess what? I'm dating Ray Caroot. And he's like, what Ray Caroot? Ray Caroot that played for the Panthers? Yeah, baby, I'm dating him. You know how it go. I know how it is. Had a lot of girl cousins, and I was young. I'm older now. I'm married, but I dated a lot when I was younger, and I know how women and young ladies think. So it was one of those things where she probably didn't see all the red flags that was up there. She was blinded by the stardom. She was blinded by, I'm dating Ray Caroot. What the hell? This is awesome. All right? So that's a cautionary tale, and I say it again. Everything that glitters and that's shiny isn't gold. Don't ignore the red flags. On that note, on a good note, as I said in the read, Van Brent Watkins passed away on Sunday, December 3rd of last year, 2023. So I don't wish death on nobody, but that's it's not bad. Pretty sure it's a special place in hell for him and for Ray. Now, I do believe you can be forgiven for your sins, but I also believe there are some sins that just can't be forgiven. On that note, I've been Sean Mack, and this is Death After Sports. Cherica Adams.